It's time for the Dragon Ball Olympics! Today we'll be judging Dragon Ball characters' signature moves. But who will get the gold? Let's find out! Here we have Vegeta stepping in with his special move, the Gallic Gun. We first saw him use this technique in Dragon Ball Z when he and his friend, compatriot Nappa came to Earth for the Dragon Balls. This was also where Nappa showed off his signature move, which was having an epic mustache. Sorry, Mr. Satan, but you got nothing on that face fuzz. Vegeta's used Gallic Gun several times over the years, but it's never been super memorable. Judging by power alone, this is one of the less impressive signature moves. Goku was able to overpower it with his Kamehameha, and it really hasn't bounced back since. Let's look at the presentation though. You really wouldn't think this of Vegeta, but he has quite the eye for color. That purple hue he threw in there is a nice touch. The name is also a pretty strong choice. Gallic Gun is one of the best names of any signature move in the Dragon Ball universe. Unfortunately, I've got to deduct some points for having to hear him say it 10,000 times in the Kakarot video game. Sorry, Vegeta. This particular signature move has a warm spot for every Dragon Ball Z fan. Piccolo's Special Beam Cannon, or Makanka Sappo for those special fans, is the thing that kicked the series into high gear in its early episodes. Goku and Piccolo were way outmatched by Raditz, but our Namekian friend had a trick up his sleeve. His blast was so strong that it took out Raditz and Goku in one shot. In a post-Game of Thrones world, this doesn't seem like that shocking of a twist. Back in the day, though, this was the most shocking moment in television history. Well, Cartoon Network television history, at least. It's an incredibly powerful move, but it has one major drawback. It takes forever to charge. In Super Smash Bros. Terms, it's like if you played as Samus. Imagine if you had to stand still for a solid minute just to fire her charged shot. In the fast-paced world of Dragon Ball Z, you might as well wait an hour. As far as presentation goes, it's a pretty awesome looking move. The lightning that sparks out of his fingers as he charges it against his forehead is a nice touch. It's a great move, but that charge time really hurts. Can't you just charge one of these up every day, Piccolo? You know, keep one holstered just in case. Not like you're doing all that much anymore, man. Don't lie, every time you throw a frisbee, a tiny part of you feels like you're throwing a Destructo Disc. Krillin doesn't get to be cool very often, but this signature move is pretty incredible. The Destructo Discs, or Kienzan, are pretty versatile as far as Dragon Ball attacks are concerned. They're easily controlled by their user and can cut through incredibly powerful objects. These things are so strong that they kept Krillin as a relevant fighter in the series all the way through the Frieza saga. The guy's never been cooler than that time where he spams Destructo Discs like crazy. That being said, there are a few drawbacks. Other characters have used similar moves to disastrous results. Frieza used a move called a Death Saucer, which is basically the same thing more or less. He lost track of them in battle and got himself all sliced up like a pepperoni pizza. The presentation on them isn't all that impressive. I feel like there was an opportunity for them to look a lot cooler than they do. They look like a standard Ki Blast that's been all flattened out. So, Destructo Discs are pretty awesome, but don't quite live up to their potential. Also, they can come back to hurt you if you aren't paying attention. Despite Krillin's bite-sized stature, the destructive potential of this move shows that power can be found in even the tiniest of packages. Most moves in Dragon Ball aren't really straight to the point. They often require a lot of charging up or screaming. Then there's Frieza's Death Beam, which is about as straightforward as possible. It's a concentrated beam of energy that blasts through a person's skin and is usually an instant finisher. If Frieza was a Mortal Kombat character, his Death Beam would be like doing a fatality just as the match started. This is Frieza's, "I'm bored now, let's finish this" move. What it really does is complement Frieza's style and philosophy. Creator Akira Toriyama and the animators behind DBZ probably haven't crafted a single move that sums up a character like this one. It's cold, it's deadly, and aesthetically pleasing in a strange sort of way. Frieza likes purple more than Marie from Breaking Bad. That being said, it does feel a little cheap sometimes. Like if Frieza has this epic instant KO, why doesn't he just use it all the time? Frieza should be out there spamming death beams in every single fight. So Frieza definitely gets points for this one, but a pretty big deduction for it not making a lot of sense. Vegeta's not a guy who likes having someone else steal all the spotlight. His rivalry with the beloved Goku is probably his worst nightmare. So it's no surprise that one of his final moves is about as attention-grabbing as possible. He spreads his arms wide and summons a massive amount of ki. Then he releases it all in an incredible blast of blinding energy that's appropriately destructive coming from a guy like Vegeta. Clearly, this is Vegeta's answer to moves like the Kamehameha or the Spirit Bomb. Honestly, it's pretty badass. The move isn't quite a game changer like those other two are, but it stands against them pretty well. For as bright and massive as it is, the design of it is pretty weak. Honestly, if he didn't go out of his way to scream out Final Flash when he uses it, you probably wouldn't even know it was special. How do you think Vegeta comes up with these names? Do you think he just spent like a week in the hyperbolic time chamber with a pencil and paper brainstorming? Fury Flash. No, that's not good. Fire Flash. No, still not right. Wait, Final Flash. That's perfect. So let's give Vegeta some love for this one. I have a feeling Vegeta needs it. The Tournament of Power arc in Dragon Ball Super really shook things up as far as special moves go. One of the coolest was the legendary Assassin Hits Time Skip and Vital Point Attack combo. It can be hard to challenge characters like Goku and Vegeta, but for a while it didn't look like they could possibly beat this move. Basically, Hit can manipulate time and skip forward a tenth of a second. This makes him appear to be insanely fast, like time-traveling fast. His combination with the Vital Point Attack is what really makes this unbelievable. This move lets him focus all of his energy into a single point, so he can pinpoint people's vital spots and hit them within a tenth of a second. This combo has allowed for quite a few upsets in Super. It's pretty incredible to see someone take out Goku within a split second. That's kind of the problem with it though. It feels a bit broken, it's so powerful. It doesn't have the style that many popular Dragon Ball moves do either. That being said, it's still pretty freaking powerful. There's no question as to which super move in Dragon Ball is the most popular. The Kamehameha is the signature move of the entire franchise. One of the first times Roshi used it, he blew up a freaking mountain, and then he blew up a freaking moon. To think, that's one of the weakest versions we've ever seen. As far as the design of it goes, it's actually one of the prettiest blasts in the series. The beautiful blue color really contrasts nicely with the bad guy getting disintegrated. When talking about power, the Kamehameha can be charged up to incredible levels. The blast has taken out more villains than any other move in the series. It's got a pretty big drawback though. It is so slow. This move is undeniably awesome, but it's also incredibly easy to dodge. It doesn't help that Goku has to give the whole thing away by slowly name-dropping the move he's about to do. Not only that, but he usually screams it. What if you just whispered it to yourself, big guy? If used creatively though, this move can be the ultimate finisher. Goku's instant transmission Kamehameha combo against Cell was one of the best of the series. That or his epic finishing move versus Kefla proves that this move deserves its reputation. And now we're on to our medal winners. The bronze medal for Dragon Ball signature moves goes to Frieza's Death Ball attack. If you want to be an evil galactic emperor, you really need a planet-destroying weapon. Just ask Emperor Palpatine, or every other Star Wars villain after Emperor Palpatine, which I guess is still Emperor Palpatine. Frieza really took this lesson to heart. His planet-destroying Death Ball maneuver is one of the biggest and most devastating moves we've ever seen. It also has a very interesting design. The blast usually starts really small until Frieza randomly decides to expand it massively. He famously used this move to barbecue Planet Vegeta into nothing. We've seen this sequence many times over, and it's clear that no one has ever enjoyed using a move as much as Frieza enjoyed this one. They say that if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Say what you want about the guy, but being a galactic warlord really suits him. The silver signature move medal winner is Goku for his ultimate Hail Mary the Spirit Bomb. Aside from the Kamehameha, the Spirit Bomb is probably the most overused move in the franchise. In fact, this is the go-to move for any of the non-canon movies when they don't know how to end a fight. So we've got this movie where Goku fights a guy who looks like him over a tree. How do we end it? Spirit Bomb! Sounds perfect. There's no denying it's an insanely powerful move. But it has the same drawback as a lot of these other ones do. It takes forever. Seriously, hours of my life have been spent just watching Goku hold his hands up to the sky. The nice thing about these moments, though, is that occasionally they show some shots of the animals and plants that donate energy to Goku. It's kinda like the beginning of The Lion King, but more violent. The thing about the move that works so well is how it matches with Goku himself. He's all about compassion and mercy, so it's only fitting that his ultimate move is all about collecting energy from nature and the planet itself. It's almost like the Earth is saying, you know what, Goku? You're a nice guy. Here, have some of my energy and go beat up that bad boy with it. I love you, Goku. Planet. And finally, there are many reasons why the Wolf Fang Fist is the best move in the Dragon. I'm just kidding. Our gold medal goes to the only move that it could possibly go to, Lord Zeno's Erase. How could anything possibly compete with it? Basically, Zeno can just erase anything he wants out of existence. This can range from one person like Zamasu to an entire universe. Well, I guess Zamasu was kind of an entire universe at that point, but regardless. It doesn't even look like it takes a lot of effort. Zeno destroys a universe faster than Thanos can snap his meaty purple fingers. He also manages to do it with a positive attitude. You see, Thanos, you can destroy reality and you don't have to be grouchy about it. I mean, there are things I could say about this move, like how the existence of a being like Zeno who's naturally all-powerful invalidates Goku's constant struggle for self-betterment, and I could talk about how broken the move is and how it seemingly has no drawbacks, but the problem is I'm absolutely terrified of it. Sure, Zeno's probably just a little anime baby boy, but if there's a 0.0001% chance that he's real, I don't want a record of me talking trash about him. You're so sugoi, Zeno. You like that word, right? Sugoi? Yeah, the Dragon Ball series is just a story about you told from Goku's perspective. Don't erase me or my family. And there you have it, the Dragon Ball signature move Olympics. Do you agree with our rankings? If you know one that deserves a medal, drop us a comment below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to CBR for more Dragon Ball videos.